Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mysteries of the World podcast. Sorry, I've not been recording in a long time. I've been a bit busy. Today we are going to be talking about looking deep within you to find the answers that you seek. What comes to mind is the book The Alchemist. I don't know if any of you have read it, but when I read this book, if you read it from the spiritual aspect of things, it will teach you so much and it will open your perspective to some of the answers that we look for. It's about a boy who traveled miles and miles looking for a treasure that was told unto him by a gypsy woman who gave him or who read his fortunes and told him to follow the omens. And in this book, it meant the signs. And the omens would lead him to his treasure that he was seeking for. And he went on a very long journey. What was really fascinating is wherever he would be, wherever his journey would take him, there were always people who were there already willing to help him. It's like the universe had placed these people on his path wherever he was going, from being in Egypt to him meeting someone who was also looking for because he was looking for an alchemist. Anyway, that is the whole, story of it. He was supposed to learn from him how to turn a rock into gold. And I'm always been fascinated by this alchemist. I first learned about the alchemy of things, the science of how things work, how the universe operates, how you can be able to manipulate certain elements, the philosopher's stone, and all of those things. If you're really into spirituality, then of course this is not unfamiliar territory to you. These are words that you've heard over time. Anyway, this journey that this boy was on, eventually, when it led him to finally meet the alchemist, he was directed back to where he came from. The treasure he had been looking for all along was back home. And this reminds me, when we are on a spiritual journey, we're always looking for external forces, external factors. We're looking outside of us to find the answers that we, feel that we should know. Our purpose here on earth. Why are we here? Are we the only people existing in the entire universe? These are the questions we ask ourselves. Who is God? What is God? What is his purpose in all of this? What is our purpose in the grand scheme of things? All of these questions. And we, from the outside perspective, we look for answers outside of us, We want to hear people tell us that you're on the right path. We're looking for gurus. We're looking for pastors. We're looking for people, everything outside of us to find these answers. But one of the things that I learned on my spiritual journey is that when you are on that journey, yes, you're going to meet people along the way who are going to help you or who are going to teach you things that you didn't know. And the universe is going to place them. God is going to place those people on your path. It's like, I don't know if you've heard this saying, when the student is ready, the master shall be presented unto them. And that is the same thing. I remember meeting different people along the path, different spiritual leaders and all of that, because if there is something that you need to know in that particular time, God is going to align it, that you're going to meet the person who's going to teach you about that particular thing. And you're going to learn it. But also one of the things that for me stood out for me is that even after meeting these different people and learning from them and all of that, I came to the conclusion in my final search, everything that I've ever wanted to know was deep within me. It was home, just like in that book, The Alchemist. It was all along within me, the answers that I was seeking, everything that I've always wanted to know. At the end of it all was deep within me. We are spiritual beings. We are spirit before we are born into this earthly plane. Before we are born, we are spirit. So we know the spirit aspect of things. And that is why even when we come on this earth, we always yearn for something. We don't know what it is. We always look up to the sky. For some, anyway, you look up to the sky and you feel like there is something that is missing, something you're not understanding, something that is calling unto you, because we are spirit. And you feel the universe drawing you in, and you feel like the humanly life is not enough. There is something you're missing, something you're not getting, that there is a hole in your heart and it needs filling. We are spirit. We are spiritual. We are spirit. And when you realize that, then you realize that the spirit knows everything that you've ever wanted to know. So everything that you've ever wanted to know, the God essence, all the questions to your purpose and everything, it's all within you. And yet we go out and we seek for answers outside of us. And if you're lucky, if you're on the right path, eventually the road is going to lead back to you. And that is what they call spiritual awakening for most of the people, because you realized all along the answer was with you and all along. But you see, the thing is that you cannot know this if you don't go through that journey. You need to go through that journey. You need to meet these different people. You need to practice these different things, because when you practice them, slowly by slowly, they open up different insights unto you, that when you finally reach that state where you know that all along the answers were within me, you've learned so much on your journey. And that is what it is, a journey. But the problem is that sometimes you get stuck. You meet people who are meant to teach you something and move on, but instead of moving on, you stay stuck in those particular places with those particular people, thinking that they hold all the answers. But that is not true. The universe is infinite. We all have different truths, and everyone will die for what they believe is the truth. And that is the funny thing, because everyone feels like their truth is the absolute truth. But it isn't. The universe is vast. We can't even begin to comprehend the things that we know and the things that we do not know. And it is ridiculous to think that one aspect of it all solves everything or answers everything. One of the things that I had to learn on my spiritual journey is to be open-minded, to know that I don't know anything, to unlearn everything that I thought that I ever knew, and to shed it all down. And when I reached that level, that is when now I started learning and seeing how we are all connected, and everything from the very beginning, our purpose here, how we are all connected from one true source, God. So today's topic was looking deep within. And as much as I would take it to the spiritual road, like I was going, this is looking deep within for everything that pertains to life, for confidence, for everything. You are so much powerful than you could ever imagine. All the answers that you've ever thought of are deep within you. You just have to sit down, be silent, and listen to that voice. All the answers you need, all the support you need, it's deep within you. You are stronger than you can ever imagine. You have the ability to achieve anything that you set your mind onto. Because if we are spirit, then we are part of source. We are part of God. We have the God essence within each and every one of us. So we are creators of our own realities, whether we know it or not. And every single day, when you wake up and you go outside there, you have these mental dialogues that are playing in your mind of how you think your day is going to play out, where you think you're going to go, where you think you're going to end up. You're unconsciously creating your own reality. And sometimes, whether it is positive or negative, you're still creating it. And that is why they say it is very important to monitor your thoughts at all times, so that you create a reality that is favoring you, not the reality that is against you. We are creators of our own reality. We have that power within us to create how we want things to play out. And that is why it is very important to note our mental state. So when we say look deep within you to create the reality that you want, look deep within you. Find the answers that you're looking for deep within you. They have always been there all along. You just have to listen. Listen. And you just have to trust that voice that is deep within you. This is something that I'm going to leave you with today. I also want you, if possible, if you can, to look for The Alchemist. It may seem like a fictional story. It is for some. But if you read it from the spiritual aspect of things, you're going to get so much from it. From following the omens to how the earth is connected and how everything in the universe is connected. It really has a lot of insight within it. And it will be up to you on how you interpret it. But the true message is this young boy who went out to look for treasures because they told him the treasures were buried somewhere. When he traveled for days and months, and at the end of it all, the answer that he was looking for was back home. The treasures that he was looking for were back home, where he left, where he moved from. And he thought he was going to find them in foreign land, but all along the treasures were back home. And when he went back home, he found those treasures. And that story can tell you that most of the times we shall look outside for answers here and there, but the answer has been with us all along. We just didn't know how to get it or how to listen in deeply for it. I hope this has been insightful for you. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful morning, wherever you are. And bye.